Well, what the pluck? China accusing Mickey D's of selling stale chicken. Welcome, everybody. I'm Neil Cavuto in China today, playing chicken over an American icon, McDonald's. Chinese state TV accusing the fast food chain of selling chicken wings left sitting on a warming tray for an hour and 24 minutes. The limit is supposed to be 30 minutes, which, by the way, would be news to a lot of the establishments around here, but I digress. But where was China's outrage when Mattel was forced to recall 1.5 million Chinese-made toys coated with lead paint, or the deaths of cats and dogs in this country linked to a pet food additive from China? Cato Institute's Dan Mitchell not surprised by China's actions, but I'm wondering then whether this is just in response earlier this week to the administration going after certain materials that China dominates, and tit for tat, tit for tat.
There could be some politics behind all of this, but I can say, as an embarrassingly frequent consumer of McDonald's food, this could be nothing more than the regulatory arm of the Chinese government flexing its muscles, deciding that they're going to start regulating. We went through the same thing in our history, where we used to not have any basic health and safety. As we became a richer country, we were able to put those things in.
Just like you're giving them the benefit of the doubt.
Well, I'm not giving them the benefit of the doubt, and that maybe it's linked to the president's complaint against them on this whole issue of rare earth. Yes, there's probably geopolitical stuff in there, but the fact that McDonald's, and there's also a French company that's been targeted too, this could be nothing but regulatory nonsense, or it could be something geopolitical. But in the big picture is, as countries get richer, they can afford to reduce pollution, they can afford to increase their health and safety.
Well, maybe you're right, but then shouldn't they police themselves then? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you had a problem in the past, selling, tainted toys that came to our kids, cat food and dog food that had problems, I've seen killing a lot of our pets, you can look at this and just say, well, methinks you're protesting the wrong country.
Not only that, but I'm sure that Western firms operating in China have health and safety standards that are probably well above the local establishments where there's some duck just hanging off a hook all day long until someone comes along and buys it. I'd much rather in China eat at a McDonald's because I feel a lot more comfortable about what I'm getting. And that's not a knock on China or Chinese food. It's simply, as I said before, countries, as they become richer, can afford to do these good things.
Well, we should put this in perspective. And McDonald's did release a statement on this, that the incident at McDonald's, San Antonio restaurant in Beijing, is an isolated incident and does not in any way reflect McDonald's employees and our operations. I think what's interesting is that they're trying to say this particular shop where this was discovered to have been the case. It is not part of a countrywide effort of China going after all McDonald's, or is it?
Well, we don't know that yet. We may see. And if this is part of some geopolitical tit-for-tat where they're upset about the president with the rare earth stuff, then...
You're more adultish than I'm on this, because I'm looking at the timing. I'm just saying, it was just a couple of days ago. We were going rough on them on this, this precious stuff that goes into plasma TVs and everything precious that we have. And then along comes this.
But if they're doing tit-for-tat, wouldn't you think they'd pick something more than one McDonald's franchise operation?
Well, maybe they can't find anything bigger.
I don't know. All the GM cars that are now being built there, you would think maybe they'd try to throw some sand in the gears on that.
Well, that could be coming.
Well, yes, it could be coming. The main thing,
all part of a riddle wrapped in a conundrum.
I want McDonald's to stay safe, so when I travel around the world, I know where to eat.
Well, by the way, the same thing they're getting McDonald's on, no offense to some of these fine eating establishments around here, I have left this building to try to catch something to eat, and the pots that I see of food, I think have been there since the Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama.
Well, when my kids come home sometimes late for dinner, they get food that's been sitting out for more than 90 minutes. So it's time to put the handcuffs on me, I guess.
All right, then I'll expect a statement shortly, Mr. Mitchell. All right, Dan, thank you very much.